Alright, should be good. Let's go. Alright, here we go, boys. First attempt at a motovlog. Here we go. Today we're gonna go on a short little ride to Langley. See what kind of pretty sights we can see on this pretty Sunday afternoon. Alright, here's a topic for you guys. I mean, I'm sure many of you played the Grand Theft Auto series of video games. The one in particular I'm talking about is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I'm sure many of you have played it. Fucking played the shit out of that game, both on PS2 and PC. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, game made in what, 2005? PC version and Xbox came out like what, a year later? So I played the game religiously for like fucking good 2.5, 3 years. You know the GTA games. There's a bunch of shit to do. Huge jump from Vice City to San Andreas. So basically the map is fucking, there's no more loading screens between the cities, right? So it's just one large state essentially with a bunch of cities and the Badlands, countryside and shit. Look at this gorgeous view. Woo! Fucking enjoy the view for a second here. Damn, that's pretty. Alright, so Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Yeah, I beat the game, like completion-wise, I beat the game 100%, no cheats, 3 times at least. And then the storyline I beat at least a dozen times. Like, it's that good. If you haven't played the game and if you haven't played San Andreas, I recommend it. But that wasn't what I wanted to talk about in this video. I wanted to talk about when I got into the PC side of things. So if any of you have played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you may have heard of a multiplayer mod for it called San Andreas Multiplayer for PC. So if you played it on PC, it's a free third-party mod, not made by Rockstar. People spend their own time and money on servers and shit, hosting and scripting for this game. It's actually really amazing what they've done with the source code and shit. Multiplayer, I play probably like 1,300 hours easily, if not more. So basically, it takes the core game, it takes out all the pedestrians, all the AI generated things. You just have your map, the terrain and everything, and then you're using your scripting skills. You can make your own custom game modes and shit like that. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. This was back before, you know, they had add-on support and shit like that for games. So everything was like ghetto fixed by the developers, the SAMP, we call it for short. So, you know, I fucking stumbled across so many videos, like playing single player. I'm like, what is this? You can play it online? This is like, I was still on console at the time, right? I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is fucking amazing. I want to try this. So then I tried installing San Andreas on my laptop, and I was able to do it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking amazing. So I got it installed, but then I had to go to Taiwan with my family, visit family. You know, every summer we would go visit family and shit. So I, you know, didn't have internet access. But, you know, luckily my grandparents, my mom's parents, they had a place with really slow internet connection. So then I'm like, they had a decent computer, it looked like, so I could possibly run San Andreas. So I like fucking torrented San Andreas and onto the computer. It was like a 4 gigabyte file approximately. You know, if you compare internet speeds now to like 7 or 8 years ago, you know, it's fucking no comparison, right? It's like a huge jump in technology. So, you know, at the time I'm used to fucking 500-600 kilobytes per second download, right? And then I go to my grandparents' place and they're downloading fucking like 25 to 40 kilobytes per second. So that's fucking, you know, if you can do your math, that takes forever to download anything, right? So I'm like fucking trying to download San Andreas 4 gigabyte file onto their desktop. You know, I was there for just over a week, at the time. 011 KDR. That's a pretty shitty KDR, dude. Anyway, what was I saying? San Andreas multiplayer. You know, waiting for this fucking file to install. You know, I was there for just over a week. And then fucking finally get it installed, get the game running. And okay, it's time to download San Andreas multiplayer. You go on this sa-mp.com for those of you who are interested. Servers are still running nowadays. San Andreas is fucking running fine, but then, you know, obviously internet connection being so shit, I'm like trying to connect to servers, now fucking time out. And I didn't know how the clients worked at the time. When you timed out, you have to pay attention to the chat. You know, you lost connection to the server. You have to close the game and then restart the game, reconnect to the server that way. So it's a little tedious, but you know, what can you do with a third-party mod, right? So I'm like having a blast. I'm like, wow, I get to shoot other real players. And I didn't realize at the time that, you know, everything was fucking client-side hit detection. There was no lag compensation, to put it bluntly. So basically, you have to lead aim where your target was going to be. So if your target's running, you know, from your left to your right, you know, across from you, and you're trying to hit him, and you're aiming at his character model, you're not going to hit him. Your bullets will, in fact, be shooting behind him on his screen. So basically, everything's client-side. Client-side hit detection has its pros and cons, right? Because of the lack of lag compensation, you know, there was a high potential of cheaters. People who modify their game files, you know, and give themselves an unfair advantage, you know, because there's no anti-cheat and shit, right? At that time, anyway, to really deter cheaters from getting an unfair advantage. So I was not aware of this at the time. So I'm like fucking shooting like, at the character model. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are they taking damage? And then fucking eventually, yeah, no. Fast forward back when I'm back in Canada, I installed the game on my single-core laptop. Funny story, I was able to run this game. Single-core laptop with 447 megabytes of RAM, 64 megabytes of dedicated video memory. I'm surprised my fucking laptop could run it. I eventually stumbled across a server. It's still up to this day. It's called Party Server. The game mode is Team Deathmatch. You know, we all know what Team Deathmatch is. You know, you kill each other. But this is actually, it's like really open. Like super laid back atmosphere, honestly, but a lot of chaos. It's really fucking fun. I played that since what, 2007 all the way to like 2011. I played for like 5 years religiously on that server. Eventually got admin on that server. It's pretty dope. People I met there were dope. I still play games with them to this day. San Fierro Team Deathmatch, basically one of the main cities in San Andreas. San Fierro, modeled after San Francisco. Like there were many teams you could join. Each team has turf. You know, if you ever play San Andreas, you know the turf war system. It's basically that, but in San Fierro. And there are designated areas for turf for different teams. Each team had spawn turf and shit like that. So much fun. Like there was a player limit of 200, and then there were times where the server was fucking full. Like, can you imagine 200 people all out there to kill each other? Like basically, if you play GTA 5 online, you know, obviously it's like a new experience, but make it more into an arcadey aspect. It's just like controls are super responsive. What the fuck is this? Tyson? Ex-girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. I think is next to me. Huh. What was I saying? So basically, if you play GTA 5 online, take that and make it a little more crazy. So if you remember the Hydra, the vertical takeoff and landing fighter jet modeled after the Harrier, there were 3 Hydras in that server. And you could use that Hydra to fucking bomb basically anything. So if you're a really good pilot, you could have that aircraft for fucking hours and get all your kills through that. It's fucking dope. There's like no restrictions apart from, you know, you can't spawn kill, you can't camp to spawn. And the fact that, you know, if you're hovering, really easy to take down, right, with your guns. All the turf wars, it's like, can you imagine if you're on the team, the Justice team, the green team, taking over turf, and you had like 20-man squads starting turf war. Just, you know, the way turf war system worked, basically everybody had to stand in a piece of territory with the opposing team for a certain period of time, and then it automatically triggers a turf war. So if you had the manpower, it was really a lot of fun. So then you can call in your air support via team chat. This is back when, before voice chat was really popular, everybody communicated through text in that game. Main reason being because we have players from literally all over the world. It's fucking crazy. So you would be playing, you know, I'm from Canada, West Coast, and I'm playing with people fucking all the way in Europe, in like Norway and shit. It was fucking dope. Estonia, Lithuania, and I have players from Spain, you know, Argentina. Let's try and get on here. Yeah, so that was something I really liked about it, because I met a bunch of my friends who I still play with to this day. They live all across North America right now. So literally, the main group of people I still play games with. I live in you know, Vancouver, BC. My friend lives. One of them lives in New Hampshire. Another one lives in Florida. Another one lives in Ontario, and another one lives in Mexico. So Baja, Mexico. Really close to the border of California, and another one lives in Las Vegas. Literally like the corners of the continent, if you can call them corners. It's fucking dope. You know, I met them, and most of them in 2007, and I still play games with them to this day. It's the 10th year. It's fucking crazy how fast time flies. Like, seems like it was yesterday. I'm 24 now. Yeah, I met them when I was 14. It's fucking crazy. Party server was the server I played on the most. Eventually got admin on. I joined the clan that was associated with that server called KFC. Don't you fucking turn left. Okay, good boy. It's called KFC, right? Not Kentucky Fried Chicken, believe it or not. So basically, there's a whole history behind KFC. They played MTA, which is another multiplayer mod for the GTA series. Clan leader. Called Kung Fu Grip. The funny thing is, it originally was supposed to stand. KFC is originally supposed to stand for Kung Fu's Fan Club, but obviously, you know, that didn't ring too well. Eventually, they made the name turn out to be Kung Fu Grip's Family of Crime to make it sound, you know, cooler, I guess, if you want to call it that. Yeah, so basically, KFC was one of the best clans out there in the multiplayer community of GTA. So, really well known. Prestigious and shit. Like everybody wanted to be KFC, but not everyone, like very few people got accepted. So basically, you know, I played a party server for years, got my name out there, well known and shit like that. So I eventually got into the clan. That's what I did instead of studying throughout high school, I guess. Man, that was a fucking waste of time now that I think about it. But I had a lot of fun. Not too many regrets. Made some cool friends. I don't play it anymore, but I still play games with those people I met. It's crazy. I fucking love it. Peace and quiet. This is my baby, my Kawasaki Ninja 250R 2011. Repping the Team Snowcat here. That about wraps up this motovlog. First attempt. Well, that wraps it up for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was long and boring, but if you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe. See y'all later. Peace.